Okay, this tutorial is a Blender tutorial all about how to improve the rendering of shadows when using the Eevee rendering engine. Now you might think there's no particular issue with it, but I'm just going to show you what that issue is, and it's easily fixed. But if you don't know it's there, it really messes with your shadows on your images. So this is the default screen. I'm just going to use the default cube to demonstrate exactly what I mean here. I'm just going to view this from the side, and what I'm going to do with this cube here is I'm just going to make sure it sits exactly on the kind of origin line, if you like, the horizontal line. And the way I do that, when the cube initially starts, it's generally it's a virtual kind of 2 meters by 2 meters by 2 meters cube. Okay, so that means it's 2 meters tall. And what I can do here, if I use the Z-axis and just type in 1. There we go, it's taking it at 1 meter, so that means that the cube is exactly sitting on that kind of horizontal baseline there. There we go. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to create a plane. So I'm going to do, the way I do that is Shift A and then get a mesh and then the select plane. And I'm just going to click S for scale. I'm just going to scale that up. I'm just going to click S again and scale it up again. There we go. And if we view from the right now, I've put that kind of plane bang on the bottom, 0 axis, if you like. So that cube is exactly sitting on top of that, on that plane. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm not going to render as such, because actually I don't need to render it to show you the problem, and that would just take a little bit of time. What I'm going to do now is just click on this button here. I think that's the kind of render preview, excuse me, pardon. There we go, click render preview. Let's come around the back here. And I don't know if you can see that, there's the issue. Okay, we got a little bit of kind of the shadow is a little bit bumpy here and things, which is okay, but we can improve that. But here's the issue that really jumps out at the eye. Now that shadow should really start at the corner of that cube there, and because it doesn't, it kind of messes with your head a bit, and it says, well, this box clearly isn't sitting on that plane there. It's somehow sitting above it, and yet it isn't really, because that shadow starts there. But we can fix it. So this is obviously just a demonstration. So you know, basically, if you can fix it now with a cube, you can fix it across everything. So what you do, there's a couple of things you can do here, and the first one is you select your light. Okay, and what it is, so you've got there's a light creating the light, hence we get the shadow here. So you select your light over here. Okay, select the light button here, the object data properties. Here's a button here, click shadow, and you want to click on this button here, contact shadows. There we go. Instantly, ta-da, you'll see that problem has gone away. Okay, now we can also tidy up these kind of shadows here a bit, which aren't great, but to be honest, that's by far the biggest problem, because that one really messes with your brain and your eyes. So the next thing is to just tidy up these shadows here, and the way we do that here, we come into our output settings, render properties, sorry, there we go, render properties, we come into shadows, there we go, and we're going to change the cube size here and also the cascade size. Okay, now you could go right up to the top resolution, but I just click on that one, and I also click on 2048 there, and now you'll see that our shadows are much improved. Okay, we've got sharp shadows here, as they should be, and progressively less sharp as the kind of shadow moves further away from the object, because you get, I think I can't remember from my physics, is it refraction or diffraction or something, so that's working really well. And now your cube shadows, or any shadows for anything, looks so much better in Eevee. There we go. Thank you very much.